you might have listened or heard about one food which is really being talked about so much when it comes to your hair health, and you might have always wondered why this food is being so much recommended for your hair growth or hair health. So today I'm going to talk about that food and the reasons behind using it and why you should use it as much as possible in your food with one hack daily meal. So stay tuned because we are going to talk about hair health today. So friends, this food is really high in beta carotene and protein, which really strengthen the hair follicles and the roots of your hair. This particular food has anti-inflammatory, antifungal and antibacterial properties. So basically it fights the infections, especially minor scalp infections. It really fights off. So it helps in removing the dead follicles of the hairs on your scalp, promoting the newer hair growth. Now, very importantly, this particular food is really a very rich source of antioxidants as well. So these antioxidants really helps in taking care of the health of the fibers, the hair fibers. It provides a lot of moisture and the lustre to your hairs, and that's why this particular food is not only being used for the eating purposes but also for the application purpose for your hairs, like in form of mask or in form of oil. How I'm going to tell you. But before that, I must tell you the name of this particular food. So the food which really improves the melanin production in your hair, definitely is going to protect the premature graying of hairs, is none other than the curry leaves or the curry patta. And if you have missed the guaranteed recipe of stopping hair fall of mine, I will really recommend you to go to that video and watch the complete recipe of one particular mix which has all the ingredients which will take care of the health of your hair. So coming back to the curry leaves, like I have said, just don't forget to include it in your daily meal to stop the hair fall. Now, what are the ways of including it in your daily meal is I'm going to share those hacks. First is that once you would get up in the morning, what you can do after having a water or whatever, the warm water or concoction you might be having, you can have curry leaves just like that and eat it. Yes, just wash the leaves and just eat those leaves, the curry leaves. They are a little bit bitter in taste, a little bit have funny taste, but you will get accustomed to that taste. So that is the one way of having the curry leaves. And second way is that you can make curry leaf tea or concoction, a kind of kadha kind of thing. So what you can do in that concoction, you can have curry leaves, you can have a little bit of tea or green tea. Green tea would be better because then you would get more antioxidants with the help of the green tea, and you can have honey. So basically what you have to do, in lukewarm water you have to really dip the leaves till their essence would come out of it, and then you just dip your tea bag of green tea and add some honey and have that. So that's the second way of having curry leaves, and it has no side effects. So you can have both ways. You can have raw leaves as well as you can have the concoction as well. Now what is the third way? Of course the third way is using curry leaf as much as in your choka and making sure that you eat those curry leaves. Of course, if you have seen that recipe, I have already told you in that recipe like how to make that particular dry chutney or condiments of the curry leaf. Or if you are not liking the taste of the chutney, then how to use it in other ways in your recipes or meals. So I would again at this point would highly recommend you to go and watch that video because it has all the ingredients which would help you in hair growth. Be the reason of your hair fall could be anything. Okay, so that's the third tip. Fourth tip is definitely using this curry leaf in the form of your mask or in your oil. So if you are using it in the form of mask, what you can do along with the curry leaves, you can really have a little bit of rice water. You can have the paste of fenugreek seeds or methi dana, and also you can have a little bit paste of hibiscus leaves. I know that's now a little bit dicey for everyone, so I'm keeping it optional. When I'm saying hibiscus leaves, I'm not talking about the flower over here. You can also have the leaves of the hibiscus plant. Of course, if you have the flower, there is nothing like that, but flower leaves are really easier to be available. So anyways, in any form, or there are hibiscus leaves powder available in the e-commerce site as well, like Amazon, Flipkart. You can buy from there as well. And of course the curry leaves, and you just make a paste of everything. And while making this paste, you can, if you have really a dry hair, you can use any oil of your liking. You can use olive oil, you can use even sesame seed oil, like krill oil. It's also good. You can also use cold pressed coconut oil. So these are some of the oils we can use a little bit as a medium if you have really a dry hair. Or if you have oily hair, you can skip and you can make the paste in the water itself, or in the rose water itself, and you can just apply it on the length as well as on the scalp, because this is natural mask. So you can apply it on the scalp as well as on your hair length, and keep it for like 30 minutes or to 40 minutes, and just then wash it off. Okay, just don't try to use any conditioner over it, so that the essence of everything will be there on your hair and on your hair length as well. So that is making of the hair mask. Also, of course, you can use curry leaves in the oil as well. All you have to do is to make an oil. Like, you can again take any of the oil of your choice. In fact, you can take the mustard oil as well, which is great. But I would suggest you to use more of the mustard oil during the winter season. Now that the summer is approaching, I would suggest you to either use olive oil, or you can also use coconut oil, which is lighter oil. So you can have any of the oil, mix a little bit of castor oil into it, and of course the dry curry powder, and kalonji or the onion seeds into it, methi dana seeds into it, and maybe avla powder. Now again, I'm keeping that avla powder optional, because what happens a lot of times that avla gets stick to your hair length while applying oil. So so I'm keeping that avla thing optional. You can also add a little bit of avla oil instead in the same connotation to get that avla ka benefit. And you keep this oil into sunlight, so that the essence gets come into the oil. And if you don't have sunlight, like sunlight does not come to your apartment, then you can lightly, by the double boiling method, you can lightly warm this oil just before the application, and just apply this oil before, like a day before your shampoo, and like let it rest for overnight, and then wash it off with your normal shampoo the very next day. So these are the fantastic hacks, and you will definitely going to see the result. But also remember, if you have any hormonal issues, genetical issues behind your hair loss, then the effectiveness of these particular hacks would be a little vary. Otherwise, you are going to get definitely fantastic results with the recipe as well as the hacks. If you have missed that recipe, it's highly recommendable to please go and watch that recipe. So on that note, I'm just signing off right now. As I always say, keep thriving. If you have liked the hacks or the videos I shared today, don't forget to press the like button, share and comment if you have any of the doubt. You can also connect with me on my Instagram account, and you can share with me the photographs of the mask and the oil you have made and the benefits you have got out of it. Or you can also share the chutney, dry chutney, which I have shared with you. Apart from that, as I always say, just be happy and just be stress free, because that would be reflected on your hair as well as on your skin and on your demeanor. So on that note, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and press the bell icon for getting recent notifications. Bye bye. I will be waiting for your comments and your stories on the Insta.